Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my booktube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today I'm going to talk about my November to be read. Well, it's November already. I still need time to process this because the year was over so quickly, and in a month we will have Christmas. Oh my god. That's way too fast for me. But anyway, let's just move to the two books I want to read in November. And this time around, I got my coffee at the ready, I got my cheat sheets, and I'll just talk about the two books I decided on to read this month. And one of them is the second book in the Cut and Run series. It's Sticks and Stones by Abigail, Roux and Madeleine Orban. And I don't know if you remember, but I already spoke about this one. And the last time I spoke about this, I said that those books aren't available anymore, and they weren't for 4 years. Mind you, 4 years. I waited for those books to come out and to be published again, and so that I could buy them. But nothing happened for 4 years. I think in 2020 I wrote my review that I'm desperate to get my hands on book 2, 3, 4 and 5 of the series, because after that they were still sold, but you couldn't for the life of you get the first, I think, 5 books or so. I was so happy when about a month ago I realized that it's available again. And when I say it wasn't available, I mean it wasn't available anywhere. No library, no Amazon, no Libby, nowhere. So I was so happy when I saw that you could buy the books again. And of course I went on a buying spree, which really, it rarely happens with me, but I just couldn't resist with that one. And I bought, I think, the next 4 books in the series, so up until book 5. And now I'm going to read them. And the second one is Sticks and Stones, and finally to get what it is about. It's basically about Ty Grady and Zane Garrett, and those two are FBI special agents. And in the first book they were partnered up and had to solve a case together. And they also kind of fell in love with each other while solving the case, even though they couldn't stand their guts of each other at first. So it was kind of enemies to lovers sort of thing. And in the second book, they are still struggling from the happenings of what happened at the ending of the first book. I'm not gonna spoil anything here. They solved the case, but at great personal cost, I may add. And they are kind of forced by their boss to go on vacation. So Ty decides to visit his family. And well, he takes Zane with him so that he can get to know his family as well, and because Zane doesn't have anyone who would spend those holidays or the vacation they are on with him. So Ty takes Zane with him to his parents' house in the Appalachian Mountains, I think. And they decide to go on a hike and get drawn into unexpected problems. So I'm really curious about this book. We are finally seeing Ty and Zane outside of their workplace and their job. So we see part of Ty's family, which I'm very curious about, because Ty is really such a smart mouth, and I love him. I like Zane too, but Ty is more the kind of guy I like because I can relate to him. Anyway, I'm really curious how their vacation is going to end, and I hope it will have a good ending for Ty and Zane, because at the moment their communication isn't all too good, which should be expected after what they went through in the first book, which I'm not going to spoil. Instead, I will get to my second book I want to read in November, and it's The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie Oh. And I heard so many great things about that one, and a lot of people raved about it. The cover of the book is always gorgeous. No matter which book cover of this one I see, it's always beautiful and so colorful. So yeah, I'm gonna blend it in here so that you can see one of the book covers. Maybe I'm even going to the length of putting there a couple more. We will see if I have the time for it. But they are really all very gorgeous. And the story sounds so good as well. I mean, we basically have Mina. And Mina lives in a town or country that is constantly flooded. People struggle with water problems, with storms. And because of that, they think that the sea god is mad at them and that they must have done something wrong. So every year they kind of sacrifice a young, beautiful girl to the waves in order to tame the sea god's anger and to make him more friendly towards them. But this year, the girl who is supposed to be drowned in the sea is, I think, Mina's brother's soon-to-be bride. Her brother is named Chun and the bride is called Cheong. And Cheong is supposed to be this year's sacrifice. And because Chun follows Cheong into the sea, which is forbidden by the way, Mina decides to save her brother and sacrifices herself by throwing herself into the sea. And then she ends up underneath the sea in the sea palace and finds out that the sea god is in a deep slumber and that they will have to try to wake him in order to make things better in the upside. And she only has a little bit of time to do this because humans can't live for long in the spirit world. So her time to wake him up and to set everything right is limited. And this sounds really very fairy tale and mythology-like. It gives me all the mythology vibes, to be honest. And I can't wait to dive into this. I heard a lot of people rave about this one. And as I said, the covers are all gorgeous. And this story just sounds really great and interesting. If you like fairy tales and mythology the way I do, then I'm sure this will be for you too. And I'm very curious how I'm going to rate that one. But yeah, those are the two books I put on my November to be read. They are both very interesting reads. I'm pretty certain once I start with Sticks and Stones, I won't be able to stop. So I guess I will be through it pretty fast. I've waited 4 years for this book to be released. So yeah, I'm gonna be fast. And also The Girl That Fell Beneath the Sea has been on my to-be read for ages. I wanted to read it for a very long time, never got to it, never saw it at the library until recently. Which reminds me, I got the book here and I didn't show it to the cam. Anyway, I'll just blend it in. You can see I'm very chaotic today. I didn't really plan for this video. Anyway, enough of that. I would love to hear what you are reading in November and which kind of books made it on your to-be read. If you've read 2 books I did, if you read Sticks and Stones, you must have bought the entire series before 2020 when it wasn't available anymore. But The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea has been available for a while now, so maybe you read that one. So yeah, tell me what's on your to-be read. And I guess there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!